This segment brought to you by Kansas Grain Sorghum, growers working together. Find out more at kansasgrainsorghum.org.
Welcome to Farm Factor. Today, Duane Toews is talking soybeans with Lucas Heinen, president of the Kansas Soybean Association.
Duane Toews joining you once again here on Ag AM in Kansas, and a chance to catch up today with Lucas Heinen, president of the Kansas Soybean Association. And Lucas, we think about 2017, a year of tremendous soybean production for the state of Kansas. We look ahead to 2018, and we're always hopeful that we'll back that up with another stellar year.
17 was a tremendous year, tremendously variable for some, tremendously wonderful for others. Just got done with the winners section of our conference here today. A lot of numbers starting with 9s and even one that started at 100. Big production. Farmers are really getting soybean production methods, I'd say, pretty refined. Those are huge numbers, and we're really pleased. And we look forward to an 18 that's even better, and God willing, we'll have it.
You talk about production, that would be one side. Marketing would be the other. And those two don't always coincide. Typically, when we have big production, we see lower prices. It doesn't always work in that regard. But the association, the commission, everybody within the soybean industry continuing really to try and emphasize to leadership across the United States that the export market pretty important to us.
Absolutely. Our export market is huge for the price of our soybeans. We're concerned about trade as a policy organization. We want to make sure that we have a seat at the table to talk to our legislators and get our information in front of them so they can make decisions with the people who have the power to determine whether or not a market is open for Kansas and U.S. soybeans.
We think about the future of the industry, and it continues to change and evolve. There are those speed bumps along the way, if you will, and Kansas didn't nearly see as much as some of the other states, but the dicamba issues with the new formulations that some of the seed companies have utilized has caused some consternation in some parts of the state, but ultimately continued adoption of different technologies will be imperative in terms of the bottom line and a future in farming.
Absolutely. The dicamba-tolerant soybeans, that was a speed bump. It's an education issue, and farmers have the opportunity to receive training again this winter to learn more about it and decide whether or not it's the right thing for their operation, build a comfort level, and use them, because it's critically important that we have that tool to take care of these weed problems that have become resistant. We have other new technologies in the pipeline, not too far away, and we want to make sure that as an industry, as a group of farmers, that we can utilize those new technologies, be respectful of the people around us, and continue to be good stewards of the land and get good results.
Our thanks to Lucas Heinen joining us here on Ag AM in Kansas. Jamie, we'll send it back to you.
Thanks, Duane. Folks, come back after these messages for this week's Kansas Soybean Update.
KFRM is one of the largest farm radio stations in the nation, dedicated to informing and entertaining rural listeners from northern Oklahoma to southwestern Nebraska. You can catch KFRM in many ways. Of course, 550 on the AM dial, streaming at kfrm.com, or on your smartphone by going to the TuneIn Radio app, or on Ag AM in Kansas on Tuesdays and Facebook every day of the week. KFRM, tune us in. You'll be glad you did.